I am 3 minutes into the Pixar all 25 movies ranked video, and I have a few things to say. I started this as I started videoing to send to a group chat of the original video telling them how much I disapproved of their ranking, and now I've decided to make it a proper video dissing their video. So we're gonna go from here to me last time, all the stuff I said, and then we'll come back here to modern day. 1, Cars, you are correct. Toy Story is definitely top 5, not the number 1. Toy Story 2 is way worse than Monsters University. Monsters University is great. I think majority of people prefer it to the original one. So what you on about? And Brave is brilliant, but not as good as Monsters University. I would say no. That was to Coda, not you guys. I would say so far, out of those films you've done, Toy Story, Monsters University, Brave, Toy Story 2, Cars. I'll be back. Ratatouille is, I would say, next to Cars. What are you on about? Why are you preferring it to everything else? Do you have taste? Toy Story 3 is overrated. I think if you actually think about it, yeah, it was sweet coming to a conclusion. They didn't even use it as a conclusion. They blooming had another film. I would put it after Brave, between Monsters University. Luke is cute, but it's not. Whoa. I'm getting so emotional. Not that good. It's cute and I enjoyed it, but I'm not that bothered about it. And there's a reason it went straight to Disney Plus and not to cinema. I would say after Toy Story 2. At this point, I would put Toy Story 1 with the same level as Finding Nemo, and I would decide in a bit what I think. Again, I disagree. I preferred University to the original, so I would put Monsters Inc. after University. I'm not really sure where this puts my list. I'll have to write it down, I suppose, rather than just saying it. I agree with Cars 2, easily worse than Cars 1, so that's the very end at the moment. Incredibles was like my favourite film for ages. I had the game on my Xbox and everything. I would put it, I think I'd put it in with after Toy Story and combo with Finding Nemo. So second place at the moment. So I really enjoyed Incredibles 2, but I think it would be in the second, third. I'm really gonna have to write these down so I know what I'm talking about. And I know this is controversial, but there's a reason I've only seen it once. Like, apart from the Hello Dolly music, WALL-E wasn't that interesting, like, as a child watching it. So I would put it probably next to Cars. Now, I love The Good Dinosaur. I would say it's better than a lot of them. It's definitely better than Luca and all that. Again, I'm going to have to write a list and let you know. Hi, so I'm back. It's a few days later. It's been busy times. But hey, check out my dungarees. Loving life. Look at the coats. And I've got a wash over there. But okay, so welcome back. So last time I said I needed to write a list. Look how cute those little pictures are. But anyway, don't get distracted. I'd write mine in a ranking, and I'm doing it in pencil in case I change my mind. But so far I'll go from best to worst. So far we've got Toy Story Finding Nemo at the top joint. I will just decide later. Then Incredibles. Then Monsters University, Brave and Monsters Inc. joint. Then The Good Dinosaur. Then Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to change those round. Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Luca, Incredibles 2, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Cars, Cars 2. So that's my rankings so far. I might change my mind. So now I need to find their video and start watching again. If you haven't watched their video yet, please watch it. I should have said this earlier. Yeah, if you haven't watched their video yet, please watch it. I would like to point out I'm 8 minutes 49 seconds into the video. And there's 26 minutes and 23 seconds in total. So we'll see how we go. Now, I agree with Naomi. Onward wasn't one of my favourites. I don't fully remember it. And I know I love the two actors of the two boys in it. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Like, I love both of them. But the actual film, it stopped crying. Actual film of it doesn't click with me. But my thinking is, do I prefer it to Ratatouille or is it worse than Ratatouille? I'm going to put it on the same ranking as Ratatouille at the moment. And we'll decide later. Soul? You think Cars is better than Soul? I think I actually cried during Soul. It's not one of my favourites by any means. But Cars. Like the actual whole soul and a soul wanting to be like living and everything like that was really moving. I'm putting Soul next to Incredibles 2. So it goes Incredibles 2, Soul, Ratatouille, Onward. Okay, Up. I love Up. I mean, the first 5 minutes of Up's brilliant. The rest of the film is cute. It's not one of the best stories. I mean, I love Russell and Doug and all of it, but after there's not that much of a plot. But because of the first 5 minutes, I'm going to put it above Incredibles. So it's below Toy Story and Finding Nemo. I'm not happy with that. I'm going to think. Okay, Toy Story 4. There were elements I liked, but mainly it really annoyed me. I thought it was unnecessary. I thought they should have stopped after 3. I was annoyed about 3, to be honest. So, on that note, story-wise, I'm gonna put it between Ratatouille, Onward, and WALL-E. So I'm making it worse than Ratatouille and Onward. I'm thinking again about Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. I don't know. 3 and 2. I can't decide which is better or worse. Now, Coco literally broke me. As you can see on our channel, Naomi did a review of it. I went to see the same film with her, like at the same time with her, and I couldn't talk about it. That's how broken I was. I love it. Okay, I'm putting Finding Nemo at the top. I'm then going to put Coco. Then I'm putting Up, and then I'm putting Toy Story. Fight me. Inside Out, I love it. Again, I went to see this in New York. And I sobbed the entire time I was with people who I was friends with, but I'd only known that summer. And I was a mess. Is it better than The Incredibles? I think it is better than The Incredibles. So Inside Out is going between Incredibles and Toy Story. So Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life. To be honest with you, I was about to say I prefer it to Toy Story. But that might be a stretch. Do I prefer it to Inside Out? Now, do I prefer... Okay, now, this is the realm. When you do these ranking films, you need to have categories. And I haven't set up any categories because they didn't set up any categories. So, future ranking films, we need categories to start off. But it's my personal preference to storyline and emotional and rewatchability. I mean, Pixar I've watched thousands of times over the years. Inside Out, I haven't watched as many. Obviously, it's not been out as many times, as long as it is. So that's hard to compare. Inside Out does get you more in the emotions. Bug's Life is funny, though. I'm going to put it between Inside Out and Incredibles. Okay, we'll see. We are on to the next film, but actually Naomi just said something. Sentimentability. Oh, I don't know if that's what the word is. How sentimental a film is can only be one category it's judged on. So that would be a category: sentimental, personal preference, emotion, rewatchability. Yeah, I'm happy with my Toy Story placement because I think the main thing about it is the sentimental aspect. But the next film we're talking about is Turning Red, which is the newest Pixar film. So I loved it. I thought it was great. But how great did I think it was? Now, they've put it in the lump with Luca and stuff. I think it's definitely better than Luca. I prefer it to Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. So, sentimental. I think it's not sentimental at the moment. I really enjoyed it. I liked the Asian aspect of it. And the 90s. It was very emotional, actually, I thought. And I could rewatch it. I'm going to put it after The Good Dinosaur. So that's before the Toy Story 2 and 3, whichever order they're in. So Turning Red. I'm running out of space because I've not spaced them out. That's 3, straight to the bum. Okay, last but not least, Finding Dory. No, I loved Finding Dory. I thought it was very cute. But I'm going to put Monsters University. Then Finding Dory, I think. Okay, so we've all got our rough plans. I'm going to see what their discussions are, and because I've got no one to bounce this off, what their final list is, and I'll write my final list. I've actually changed my mind about Finding Dory because actually Naomi is right. It is just an extension of the original story. It's not a brand new story. And it's really just for Ellen DeGeneres to have her little platform. And I'm not too keen on Ellen DeGeneres anymore because she's not very nice to people. So I'm going to move it down. I'm going to move it to below Luca. Okay, so I have my final ranking and I have their final ranking. So I'm going to do a quick bit of maths and I'm going to find out our total rankings for the films. So then we have a combined score. So we can see the clear tops, the clear bottoms, and then the muddy area in the middle. There might be some that end up with the same score, but that's what it is. Okay, I have my list ranked. So 25 points for the first position, down to 1 for last. And I've got their list ranked, and then I've matched them up, and I've got that in ranking now. So I'm going to go through what the rankings are. So let me just get it up. Okay, so in my opinion, we'll go from worst to best. I start with worst is Cars 3, Cars 2, Cars, WALL-E, Toy Story 4, Onward, Ratatouille, Soul, Incredibles 2, Finding Dory, Luca, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Turning Red, Good Dinosaur, Monsters Inc., Brave, Monsters University, Incredibles, A Bug's Life, Inside Out, Toy Story, Up, Coco, Finding Nemo. So that's my opinion, and that's the correct opinion. However, if we consider other people and mine, this is the general ranking from worst to best. And I'll tell you their scores so you can kind of see where it is. So at the bottom is Cars 3 with a score of 2. Then we have Cars 2 with a score of 4. Cars with a score of 7. Soul, Onward, and Toy Story 4 have a score of 11. WALL-E with a score of 16. Incredibles 2 with a score of 17. Finding Dory with a score of 19. Good Dinosaur with a score of 22. Ratatouille with a score of 23. Luca with a score of 24. Toy Story 2 with a score of 26. Monsters at University and Brave with a score of 28. Turning Red with a score of 31. Toy Story 3 with a score of 32. Incredibles with a score of 34. Inside Out with a score of 39. A Bug's Life with a score of 42. Coco with a score of 45. Up with a score of 46. Toy Story with a score of 47. And Finding Nemo with a score of 48. So it's really close up the top. And there's a few in the middle. And to be honest, where it's stacked them up, I'm not too bothered. There are a few which I'm like have significantly jumped or lowered depending on what they put, which I'm not too happy about. But I think this is fairly accurate. So please comment which of the 3 lists you agree with, or actually 4 lists if you actually if you actually saw the original video that they did theirs in reaction to. And hopefully you liked this video, so please give us a like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.